Alright. Today we talk about the R-05 Desperado, aka the Dark of the Moon Megatron.
I am Megatron.
Before everything begins, if you are new in DreamsZones, just make sure you subscribe to this channel and don't forget to ring the bell so you won't miss the coming soon video. This will do a big help for my channels. I will keep continue to create more contents in the futures. And please follow my Instagram too. You will see some new activity about DreamsZones, and also I will share some news about arriving new toys. Let's begin the review with the box design first. Just like the previous review I done before for the UT03, the box artwork is a bit dark and silky. The image that printed in the box is actually from the original figure, graphic art. That I really like. And on the side we can see the R-05 Desperado, and at the back we can see it is suggested to the age 15 and above. And on the top, as we see, there is a track mode. On this figure, instead of using a plastic clamshell, they decided to use the white foam that I really pleased because this figure is really heavy, and that is really clever move. This actually reminded me some of the collection, the die-cast figure from Japan. And here we have the main figure and all accessory out of the box. The first impression for me, the figure is really heavy and the look is stunning. It's just like jump out from 3D CGI. Although before I received the figure, when I checked online, a lot of people was complaining this figure is supposed to be a brown color, like desert brown. But actually, when I'm doing a research online, the Megatron in Dark of the Moon is actually not brown colored. The color are mainly based on the track mode with rusted and green color base. The brown color is actually a reflection of the deserts and also the rusting effect. And the same green color also appear on some official licensing figure like Prime 1 Studios. In that case, the green color base is actually more accurate with the original. But unfortunately on this figure, as we see, it had used a very dark brown or even black color to do the weathering and rusting effect. So the whole figure looks more green instead of brown color. When talk about weathering, after you take the figure out of the foam, the color actually left over in the foam. When you look closer, it actually with a lot of color chips because it's come with rubber wheels, and the weathering dust color couldn't stay. That caused the crack of the color and left on the foam. But lucky enough, the figure itself, all the weathering color is fine. Before we get to the main figure, let's check out all accessories it comes with. As usual, all the unique toy is come with a card. The card quality is just like a credit card, and it also printed with a Megatron graphic. And on the other side, there is a power bar. But surprisingly, the one I received is actually come with two cards, which is the unique toy Galvatron. Are you also receiving two cards? Please leave the comments and let me know. And sure, it's come with the transformation instruction menus. In my opinion, the menu printed is quite cool. The graphic is actually not the outline graphic, instead they look like a 3D modeling. In my point of view, it definitely provides clear directions of which part of transformations is really helpful. And next, here we got Ego. After I watched the movie, I think he seems like a pet who accompany with Megatrons. Although the figure is really small, but the detail it comes with, I think is quite acceptable. The bag is also full of detail, but in the movie, he looked like carrying something at the back, but that's not included on this figure. Moreover, both arms come with a ball joint that you can articulate and also angle in different directions that you prefer. And both of the legs simply with friction joint, so it only allows you to move back and forward. And this part on his mouth, I think it's his tongue that also can be removed, and its design can be held on his right arm, just like holding a crutch. So you can recreate how it looks in the movie. And next, it also comes with something look like a spider bugs that we see in the movie on the Megatron heads. And it totally comes with 4 pieces in the model kit style holding. The problem is these figures are really tiny and small, and there are no attach points to the main figure Megatron. Therefore, I will just leave it like this for now. I do have some idea how to attach this to the figure and display. If the concept works, I will show you guys on the next videos. And next, it also comes with a pair of side mirror for the track mode, and it has done some weathering paint. And surprisingly, it's quite heavy and it made by metals. I have attached the other parts to the figure. It actually is not affected the transformation at all. And next we have a look at the shotgun holder it comes with. They also design a lot of holding points that you can hook up the metal chain. Compared to the 3A version, the shotgun holder is supposed to be a bit like a fabric kind of materials. This is a totally different design. You can just simply slot the rifle into the holder, either on any direction you prefer. Both sides got a hinge that you can attach on the back of the Megatron figure. Let's check out the metal chain it's come with. It actually got 4. But the copy I got is slightly different. It's actually come with 2 link size, and 2 of those about 12 cm, and the other 2 were just about 14 cm. I'm not so sure did they did it purposely. Are you get the same? Please leave the comments below and let me know. All chains are made from true metals that you can test with the magnet. All of them, one side is come with the rings end, and the other edge they actually with the clipping hooks that you can only hook on the gun holster. The main problem to hook up the chains to the holster is the hook is just too big. You can try to squeeze it in, but I just worry the hole can get bigger and then damage the original part. The best option is there is a rings on all the metal chain. Maybe I will find more this type of rings to attach permanently to the holster, so the chain can be hooked up and removed anytime easier. Because in the menu, I didn't find any way to show how to hook up with the chain. Therefore, I have come up an idea without hooked up with the gun holster. First, I joined them all to be a one chain. At the back of the figure, you can see this part that looks like a hook. So I decided to hook up in one part first and goes around with the figure like so, and then cross the chest part, going back to the starting point. So in that case, I can hook up with the other end. When doing this way, the chain might be slightly longer or maybe a bit loose. The good part is to do this way, you can adjust the chain's location to hide the hook. Instead of seeing a big hook at the front, now the result is looks more neat. But to do this, you have to be careful. This is a metal chain. When they pull it too hard, you will scratch up the color on the figures, like what happened to mine. Alright, let's check out the only weapon this figure comes with. It's the iconic shotgun. To be honest, I quite like the design. It's painted with metal silver and also with some highlight gold and blue color and some weathering as well. And the length is almost 15 cm 6 inches. It's quite a big gun actually. And I love the detail it comes with. But when I compare it with the Pi 1 Studio, and obviously there's still a lot of missing small details. Luckily the main structure are there. Simply add it with some custom part or repaint, and I believe it will definitely improve. There is multiple ways that you can apply the shotgun to the figure, but only a different way to hold on left or right hand. On the right hand, there is a hose on all fingers. I will use the top finger, simply slot in, and then you can fold other fingers like so. After that, it will look like he holding the shotgun naturally. And on the left hand, I would rotate in this angle. While you open all the finger, you can see the round shaped hose right at the middle of the palm. So what you need to do is, using this part, push it in like so, and cover the finger, and again, it will look more natural when you're holding. And surprisingly, some of the finger can actually place on the trigger part. And last but not least, this figure also comes with this piece of fabric that you can use it as a hood or scarf to recreate the iconic Megatron entrance scenes in the Dark of the Moon movie. Before I got this figure, when I look at the image, I kinda have a doubt on this fabric, but when I get it on hand, it's actually better than I expected, and it comes with the hook and loops fastener in the round shape. You can simply fold it and stick it up and it will stay on the shape, especially for the board mode. It also painted with weathering effect, although it's not 100% as a broken fabric that we see in the Dark of the Moon. After putting it onto the figure, I actually loved how it looks. Alright, let's check out the main figure itself. By measuring, we see this figure is about 33 cm tall. And most importantly, there is tons of die-cast parts on this figure. That's why it's really heavy. As you see, just over 1.4 kg, and this definitely hit the record of the most heavier figure in my collections. Although there's a lot of people complain the head detail is too rough and also slightly too big, but for me, I'm actually quite happy with this. When you look closely, inside the eyes they have painted red color, but unfortunately it's a bit too dark, it's hard to see. And moreover, the eyes actually come with the LED light functions. I really love the detail mounted on both eyes. As we know, the Dark of the Moon Megatron body is kind of bulky and rough and really masculine, and you definitely found it on this figure. When the more you look into it, you find more detail even though a small part mounted on all different angles. It's really amazed to see that. And come with the articulations, the head sculpt is based on friction joint. You can lift it up like so and it can be rotated 360 and allowed to tilt up and down. The mouth also can be opened and closed. And the arm is come with a ratchet joint that you can rotate 360 like so. And the arm can lift up. You need to move this section, make some clearance, and this is how far it can go. And there is 2 points for the elbow folding. Both are come with ratchet joint and it can lift up more than 90 degrees. And on the lower arm, there is swivel and you can rotate to angle up any directions or pose you prefer. And in this small section, you can simply open up and close. And there is the same panel on the other side as well. And a friendly mentioned it, when you open the box, this claw is not installed. So what you need to do, open up these sections as you see the ball joint there, line up the ball joint and gently push down and lock it in place. Just make sure you don't overdo it or you might end up breaking the part. There actually a ball joint and a friction joint connect with this part, so you can rotate and tilt to different directions. And on this claw, almost all the joints can be articulated individually. Different with the left hand, the right arm got one more function in the middle of these sections that you can put it out in order to get more motions. And the thumb itself, it got 5 articulation points. And the finger you can split up like so. And all fingers come with 2 articulation joints. You can displace it with an evil claw. And the waist can be rotated 360, and the cool part is the waist actually got the waistband as well, but their sounds is amazing. Let's show you guys. The metal click sound just sounds like what we see in the movie during the Megatron transformation. That is really cool. The feet can lift up like so. Because on top of it, there is some panel on the waist, you might need to adjust some clearance from the waist part. Although the lower body is a fully articulation, because the upper thigh intersection these panels is almost disable all the articulation on the upper thigh. Lucky enough, all you need to do is find a sweet spot, lifting up the feet and rotate like so, you're still able to bring the feet up that far. Because the feet is actually fully ratchet joint, so it can hold quite well even though the feet are so heavy. And both of the feet can go back that far. And again, there is a knee span with a very strong ratchet joint. And the toes can be rotated like so. Not only that, it actually also comes with ratchet joint. You can tilt it up and down. But I would suggest you tilt the toes to this angle so the feet can line up flat, just in case you break these sections. If you want that, you still can put the toes downward like so. In accompany with the toes, the back heels actually can be rotated, but it's really limited. It seems like the whole foot are lack of articulations. But I have found a sweet spot to solve this problem. First, you release these sections, and then open up, simply just losing it without picking it in place. After that, you realize there is a ratchet joint linked to the whole feet, so you can tilt it up and down and give it a bigger range of articulations that you allow to pose any pose you like. Because when you look into the joint has including a curved slot, that means it's designed that way. But unfortunately, until the whole feet locked together, it disables the function at the same time. What a shame. And moreover, it comes with some small panel at the back. It's connected with the ball joint so you can rotate it in different angles. And also the same with this section on the shoulder. This section looks like not necessary, but I'm glad Unique Toy did it. When I look at the image, it actually accurate with the original Megatron CGI design. Just like other Unique Toy figures, there is a lot of spring-loaded panels, and some parts they are not spring-loaded, but they are die-cast. I loved it.
Megatron!
Let's check out the board mode size comparisons. Here I got my very first Unique Toy figures, the UTR-01 Pericule, aka Lockdown. And here I got the UTR-02 Challenger, aka Optimus Prime. Alright, next is a BS-02 Skybreaker, the KO and oversight of the UT-03 Dragons, aka the Last Night Megatron. And next, I got the NEWAGE SOUNDWAVE with my upgraded kit. Both of them are appear in the same movie, but compared to the reference, I think SOUNDWAVE is just slightly too big. And next, we compare with F12, the KO NPM10 Starscream. The one I got is not oversized. Compared to the reference, I think Starscream is slightly smaller. Maybe oversized will fit better in that case. And next, let's compare with the TF Dream Factory Megatron's GOD11S, which is a better damage weathering version. I love this figure because of the rusting effect. When we put to compare together, we can see the rusting color are different. It definitely impacts the result. And next, we compare with OV01 KO Oversized Studio Series 61 Sentinel Prime. And surprisingly, when we compare with the movie reference, Sentinel Prime is slightly taller than Megatron's, and in this scale, it's just perfect. And next, we have the Weijiang Black Apple Optimus Prime. When I put them together, it looks good, but unfortunately, when we compare to the reference, Optimus Prime should be a bit shorter, maybe should I say a bit smaller instead. In that case, the non-oversized Hasbro official NPM04 Optimus Prime should be a good fit. But unfortunately, I already have it with my combining jet mode, so this is how it looks. But no worry, I still have my DMK01, the Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime model kit. It actually fit quite well, I will say. What do you think? Please leave the comments below and let me know. After all the size comparison, as we can see the Desperado on the boat mode, it can match with the official NPM range. And also some oversized figure, but definitely need to depend on which oversized figure you selected to match with him. In that case, we better have a look at the track mode as well. Let's go for the transformation! First, we need to remove all accessory. On this section, there is a 2 slot that you need to release that, and then open the front tire section from here, release the pick and lift it up like so. And we do the same on the other side. The joint is very strong and stiff because the whole part on both sides are made from die cast. And next, release the back panel. After that, we just extend the knees, like so. And next, we need to pull out these sections and rotate the whole part to the top like so. Rotate the wheel section to this angle. We can release these sections and straighten it, unfold it, and unlock these side sections and then place it around. We need to fold the wheel inward and push it down all the way like so to get some clearance. And now we can release these whole sections and fold it up like so. And next, angle up the heel like this, and the wheel section able to fold it in like so. You can also angle up the toes to get some clearance and push it in, and they will lock in place. After that, you can rotate the feet part to the position like so. And this section can lift up and turn to the side. Open these panels and unfold it, and you will see the side door has formed. Release these sections, and on the other side as well. After you release that, when you fold up, you will know they actually can tap in perfectly on these positions to lock in place. Angle up this section like so, and release the spring section inner part and straighten it, and rotate the whole section like so. On the other side, we need to fold this section in. Now we're working on the smoke pipe sections. The connect joint on this section actually got amount of clearance, so you can slightly push in or out to get a sweet point, and then fold it up, straighten it, and it will lock it in place. And after that, you can see a pick and hose just right underneath. Just simply push it in to lock the whole section on place. And next, we do the same on the other side. On this section, I need to mention it's very crucial. Just make sure this joint is angled up correctly and there is a clearance, and you can push in the whole section and lock it in place. After that, just like the other side, fold in these panels and then line it up correctly and lock it in place like so. As we see, there is a peak and a hose. Simply fold it inward like so and lock it in place. We do the same on the other side. And then on these toes, we just flip it over like so, lock it in place on the both sides. Now we have the trap mode front section almost complete, and this is a good time to add on the other side mirror. On this part is a bit stiff. That's a good news because this whole part are made from die cast, so it won't swing around. And next we grab this section rotate to this angle so you can see the uneven joint, it actually can line up perfectly. But before locking in place, we need to rotate this lower section in this angle. Release the bar flat like so. Need to get some clearance and try to get over it and then lie down flat for this moment. And next we can combine these two sections by line up correctly with all the picks and holes and squeeze it in and join them together. All the joints are mixed perfectly. To enhance and secure it, there is another joint at the back. After joining them together, the butt flat is actually line up in this angle. There is a pick and hole to lock it in place, so it will secure the back and the front part position of the track mode. Until this moment, we already can see the whole truck front. Now is the time to work on the rest as well. First, lift up the head, make some clearance. Release these shoulder sections and fold it in like so for now. And we need to open this whole section, but it's quite tricky. Just play your finger like so, and then simply, gently and push it up. The first time I did it is quite scary actually, but luckily in this section the plastic is quite strong that you're able to push it up and release it. And next we need to fold the side panel in like so. And then we unfold these sections. When you're doing this, the back panel actually automatically release the lock, so you're able to lift it up and unfold the whole sections. While we're doing this, as you can see, there is a slot joint right on this section. Make sure you pull it all the way out when you transfer to a truck mode. On the other side, there is a lower way section. There is a hinge that you can push it and lock it in place. At the same time, when you push it in, it also lifts up the whole back section. And next, we fold the side section in like so and rotate it in this position. We do the same on the other side. After doing that, the chest sections can actually line up like so. And next, we need to fold in these panels and unfold the whole sections and slot into this position. I was amazed while doing that. It just fit perfectly. And we need to do the same on the other side. Well, look clearly, there is a hole and lock on all major panels. Simply unfold it, it will be lined up perfectly and securely lock it in place. The next part is very crucial, which is the head sculpt position on the truck mode. Before I got this figure, I did check online for most of the figure review. While doing the transformations, the head sculpt simply just sit on these directions. The problem is, to do that, it will cause the scratching on the front head sculpt, especially during the transformation process. In that case, I'm here to suggest to rotate the whole head sculpt, because when you see it, after you rotate it, while you push it in, there is a clearance to fit perfectly for the face mask area. It is designed to protect the face mask and prevent it scratching, and also will be looks better after transform it to the truck mode. And now we can continue using the pick on the side and lock it in place. Open up these back sections, make sure you unfold it and pinch it in. And then open up the tail light section like so. And these two sections we need to fold inward and clip it together, lock it in place. And then this small section we can just angle up and leave it there. And now we have come to the most complicated part, the arm. Both of the arm design is actually uneven, including the way to transform it. For the first time you might find it complicated, but the design is genius. The way to transform it is really simple. All you need to do is just unpick and release that and follow the joint to open up the panels. After that, you will realize they actually line up perfectly as one piece. When we come to the shoulder joint, that is also crucial. First, we need to release and unpick this round section part. Just make sure you need to flatten the joint all the way in. And we open up these sections, and also we need to release the die cast part section at the back as well. And we rotate the arm to the previous positions. And you will see the nut and hole on this section. Just make sure you fold it in and push it all the way and lock it in place. So after transformation, the wheel will stay straight. And on this back panel, there is a hole there. We simply just line it up and slot in, lock it in place. And next, we collapse the round shaped sections inward like so, and follow the joint, open up and rotate at the same time. So you will see immediately the side section has formed. And now we can rotate the arm back to the right position like so. And next, we have to angle up the double hinge ratchet joint. Make sure they line up in these directions. And under the truck mode, inside that you can see there is plenty of space to place the finger. So I just simply let the finger sit on that way. Before I lock the whole arm in place, I will work on the other side's transformation first. First, we open up these sections. And then we release this cover and unfold these sections. And now we can fold the finger in, but make sure you straighten all the finger first. And then again we unfold these sections. rotate to this angle, you will see there is a pick locked in place, so we have to unpick them and release the part by unfolding it and then slot in this section like so. Now we are done on this part. As you see, there is a pick allows you to line up all together, but before that, we need to work on the shoulder first. Unpick and release these metal panels. Release the joint sections like so. Collapse the joint all the way inward. And then we can open these side sections. Now we can open up the view section and pick it in, lock it in place. Angle up these panels and push down and lock it in place. And next, we follow the shoulder joint, open up and rotate in this way until it sits on the right position like so. And again, we will need to adjust the double hinge ratchet joint. Make sure the side panels are connected. You also can see it by looking at the motor side panel detail. After that, we can tidy up the side panel. When you flip it over, look underneath. There is 2 pinch on the chest sides. So what you need to do is line up correctly and pinch it in on both of the side sections. It will be locked in place. So now we can work on the small pincher joint. Make sure they are all locked together nicely. After that, now you will see the back bumper, it actually have a lock to lock all in place. When you done it correctly, you should be easy to push this part in. If not, that means you need to adjust the side panels. Maybe some part is not stored correctly. And after that, we can simply squeeze it all together. When you do this, you also will feel the figure is really solid. And about these 2 sections, just simply align it and push it down to lock in place. And finally, come to the last part. Simply push it down the wheel, lock to the positions. As you see, there is a few pinch that what you need to do, you need to lift up slightly and then rotate and you will able to lock it all in place. Simply fold it in and then this panel we can rotate and twist it and then there is a pick so we can lock it. And after that, just make sure you need to lock both of the joints to secure the positions. And we do the same on the other side. And now, we can join them together by locking the middle part. And then the final touch up, open the side mirror, unfold the spike at the front bumper. Pull out the smoke ducts all the way. We can store the shotgun and the holster together under the truck. Simply put it here, line up correctly. There is a slot on the holder. Just simply push it in and it will lock and stay there securely. Alright, finally we have our Desperado, aka the Dark of the Moon Megatron trap mode transformation complete. Wow, this thing is actually huge. Simply measure it is almost like 50 cm long. Let's do a quick comparison for the vehicle mode. Here we have the OV-01 oversized Sentinel Prime in the fire truck mode. To be honest, I can't find any reference online when there are 2 truck modes together. But based on the concept, this type of fire truck is actually huge. In that case, maybe this works well as an upgrade vehicle size. In order to find out the vehicle scale, here I have my custom repainted JH01 Rescue Pioneer, aka the KO NPM 11 ratchet vehicle mode. I have to mention this NPM scale but not the oversized ratchets. When they 2 together, it looks great. But again, you might think why I put them together. Believe it or not, actually I found a picture online to prove these 2 figures in the vehicle mode is the right scale. If you have watched my previous review of the KO ratchets, you will know I actually did a best scale match of the Autobot Transformer vehicle mode. In that case, the Little Cars Optimus Prime is the best truck mode scale to match with this Desperado. Although we didn't see them together as a truck modes in the movie, but based on this, I believe this is the best match. Let's do something crazy and put them together. Here I got the Optimus Prime with the UFO transformable trailer. Now we can create something we never see in the movie. They're both in the truck mode together. It looks stunning. And this is another option for you. Maybe you can display them that way. I'm really amazed on the truck mode is really solid. And compared with the research image I got, it looks really close. Especially the evil spy at the rooftop and also the front bumper. And I do really like how it looks. In the beginning, I thought it was die cast, but actually it's just made from a very strong plastic. But I'm also slightly disappointed about the bumper spotlight. They have selected to use the white clear plastic. It's supposed to be yellow color. And also the front light, they're using a dark color transparent plastic instead of a clear color. What's a shame. But again, some part is actually amazed me. Before I got this figure, when I look at image, I thought it just as printed or maybe painted on it. But all of them are actually molded on the door. And not surprised, the door actually can be opened. Although there's not much detail inside, but believe it or not, if you got a Human Alliance range figure like this one, it can fit perfectly there. Hello, good afternoon, how are you? After transform to a trap mode, not only solid, when I lift over, I will say all parts are collapsed quite tidy, and moreover, I forgot to lift up the front skirt section when I transform. After you doing this, the trap front actually can be rotated, although it's not a huge angle, but I'm so glad Unitoy did it. By looking on the side design and compared to the reference I got, they actually nailed it. Although it's not 100%, but I think it's acceptable. They replicated not only the front of the truck and also the back of the truck as well. Compared to the research I got, as we see, all details are there, even though included the tail light. Here we comes to the most complained and many people are not accepted is the oil tank design on this truck mode. It comes with very skinny and long oil tanks that not usually see. And on this figure, I think Unitoy actually make it quite accurate, but unfortunately, is that two pieces line up on the top sections, especially the unmatched color. And I really hope Unitoy will find a way, work a bit more on design this part. Somehow we can fold it or hide it in the middles inside of the oil tank on the trap mode. When talk about the solution, here we got the fabric. In the movie, there is the fabric cover the oil tank. We can also use this to do so. Again, unfortunately in the instruction manual there is no sign or tell you how to do. But no worry, here you go, I share to you guys how I put this on. First, you fold the fabric to a rectangle and put it on top like what I did. Next, you need to join these 4 metal chains to become 2. After that, you can pick up one of the edge which is with the ring. In this section of the trap mode, as you see, there is a pointed section just like a hook. You can use this to hook up the ring and drag over to the other side. And then, on the other side of the hook, you can hook on this under section. After that, you will see the chain will lock the fabric in place. And next, we work on the other side as well, but this time, we use the hook first. Open up the hook like so. Again, on these side sections, there is a front part that you can use the hook as clip to clip it in place. After that, we can drag it over to the other side. And now we can see there is a peak over there. But it seems the chain is just too long. So what we do is, I can twist the metal chain so it will become slightly shorter. You just need to twist it until to the right length that you need. And then you can use the ring to hook up this section. With the right amount of tensions, the ring definitely can hold on the position well. Even though you pick it up and twist the whole track, the fabric will stay on place.
Nice.
Alright, here's the conclusions. I actually got a wow effect when I received this figure. No matter on the board mode or the vehicle mode, the detail is amazing. It just looks like another statues, but which also can be transformed. And this is the unique part of the Unitoy designer. Here we just simply compare to the concept art. An unbelievable Unitoy Desperado actually hit almost 90% of the accuracy. For transformable figures, I think it actually make a good mark on this. Which means Unitoy raised the highest bar again for any official and third-party transformer designer. To be honest, all I can say, I love this figure and I like how it looks. And I'm so glad I picked this up. But bear in mind, this figure is high range and not cheap. But based on the design and the material it used, and also can be transformed to be a vehicle mode just like the movie, again, Unitoy did a fantastic job. Before I ordered this, I did think about to wait for another KOs or whatever. I really doubt it. If there is really a KO, I don't think they're able to copy this with the same material or the quality that Unitoy used to build these figures. And the conclusion is, I would say, if you have a chance to come across this figure, just get it. You won't regret. Last but not least, as usual, at the end of the video, I will do a quick transformation from a trap mode back to a board mode. Alright, here's a wrap. Thanks again for staying until now. If you like this video, please give a like, share, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you won't miss the coming soon video. I'll see you soon.